What's going on, everybody? It's Oliver Chavis, my wife Stephanie. We're back out on Huntington Island, a state park beach right here in South Carolina that we love coming to with our friends and family years ago. We did a lot of camping right down here at the northernmost end of the beach, and if you're interested in camping and stuff like that, make sure you reserve these spots. They're usually booked out a year in advance. One of the great things about Huntington Island is the lighthouse that we have here and the wildlife and nature that's just in its natural habitat. So we're going to take you out and we're going to do a little bit of fishing, maybe do a little bit of beachcombing, just show you the things that we see right here on Huntington Island.
Spent many hours of doing out here on this beach just looking for shark's teeth, because occasionally you find some really nice shells like the knob whelks and things like that at some of the other beaches that we find here. And this is a barrier island of Beaufort County in South Carolina as well. But it's just a public beach where you can either pay a daily fee or a yearly pass to be able to come here to the state park. And also that allows you to get into other South Carolina state parks as well for the yearly pass. So that's a great deal if you like to travel and do some things around South Carolina. And also on this end, there's a campground that we, like I was saying, we've spent lots of time out. And I see something kind of bobbing in and out of the water right there. Let's go check that out and see what that is. Oh, wow. Sand dollar. And it is in the water, so I am going to assume that it is alive. I really actually don't see any movement hardly on there, but it is, matter of fact, those are actually pretty rigid, so I think it is deceased, but that's really difficult to tell at this stage, so I'm going to put it back in the water.
It is illegal to keep those live sand dollars here on Huntington Island. They want to keep them in the water, you know, to help with the erosion of the beaches.
It's real fail. He's got to go get it. Tide's coming in. It's pushed it down. Let's give you a better look at what we're looking at. Maybe that's an even better look. Hear a little plane going over. Just a moment of relaxation like that. You all could deal with that for a while. So that's what we do if we're on a beach that I'm not really finding anything. There's really no point in me continuing to walk around for hours to find hardly anything at this point. It is right in smack dab middle of summer peak season here, so this is like the busiest time of year. So I'm not surprised that I'm not finding a ton of stuff. You can come back to the same beach at different times, and of course every day is going to be different. It is a beach. It is a natural beach. So Oliver's out there trying to find his gear. It looks like he may have lost it. Uh-oh. He's using that rod holder with the long spike on the end to try and drag across the surface and see if he feels his rod. Maybe since the tide's coming in, it'll wash it back up. We were talking with you guys and lost his rod. Imagine that. Check out this little seagull right here. Kind of set up camp next to us. I feel sure he's hoping we'll have some snacks later and maybe have leftovers or crumbs. Or maybe some of the fish bait. I
found it. Jeez. And I'm sure glad I found it. This is that reel that I found out on the barrier island.
Hey,
wait. Same one I just caught the big stingray with too, right out on the sandbar.
That's right. And didn't this sea striker right here, the rod holder, one we also found out on the barrier island.
So you guys just seen what happened to this crazy fella out here on the beach fishing and stuff, just talking so much with you guys, I lose my reel. So don't ever listen to me. My thoughts are my thoughts. Don't get confused by what I do. Well, that's what it was. It was a fish. My bait's gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it had to be the fish. We'll go with that theory.
I know it was. I got faith.
I don't hear that laughing gull laughing, so maybe she believes it too.
Is that fish hit it real hard, and when it hit, he jerked my rod, and when the rod went in and I didn't snatch back, you know,
he took off with it.
The hook, so he just like spit it out.
Yeah.
It wasn't because the tide was coming in and the pole just fell over. My rod was laying out there.
No. That's his story, and he's sticking to it, fellas. Y'all heard it here.
I got a lot of stories to share with you guys too. Keep coming along and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you give us a big thumbs up for taking y'all to the beach again today.
If it's nothing but to come out here with us and listen to these crashing waves, we know a lot of you love it.
Got to get reset up.
Leave it in the comments. How many of you ever visited Huntington Island State Park Beach?
There you go.
What you want them to do, Steph? Leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments. If you've ever visited Huntington Island State Park and been out here on this beach, let us know. Or
carried your family down here camping.
Right.
For the week, because that's how we grew up. Me and Steph's passion for Buford, you know, kind of was helped by staying right here at the campground.
We've spent most of our vacations set up right here in this campground for Huntington Island. Matter of fact, that's where our oldest son met our daughter-in-law. It's right there camping at Huntington Island State Park. So you never know what the Lord puts before you for whatever reasons.
I'm about to get his rod set out. This is getting kind of boring.
Got something? Oh yeah.
Stingray. Try to grab his bar, his tail, pin it down. Just look out. Just release it.
Hey, how are you?
It's been a tough day.
How long you been hunting?
I started this morning about, I would say, 11.
Oh, okay. Was it like?
Maybe a couple hours, and then took a break and had an hour more, about 3 hours.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Need a good, I mean it the best way, but need a good hurricane to come through. Doesn't do any damage.
That's right, yeah. A good storm off the coast, yeah. Well, watch this fella going back out. He's finding his way. The tide is coming in. Oh, we're gonna have to help him maybe. Oliver, you may have to help that little Ray. He can't get back out. He's stuck. And it is a he, guys. You see those two flappers right down at the base right there? Those are his male indicators. The females do not have those. He's just smooth at the back. Yeah, because they want to come back this way with the water current. better go on that other way. On out. Held himself in position there pretty well going on down the beach. Aren't they pretty? Happy life, little Mr. Ray. Don't be biting on those hooks. Somebody might eat you. Oliver's getting his line baited back up while he was talking. It's right here. Pretty little shark's tooth.
Is that a shark's tooth?
Nah.
Close.
What you using for bait there, Oliver?
Squid.
He's got some squid. We parked on the very north end of the beach and then walked up a ways away from the crowd. As you can see, there's not a big crowd this way. And then at the other end, you can see there is a little crowd of people, and that is the campground side of Huntington Island State Park in South Carolina. But you can pay just to come in for the day over by the lighthouse. You can actually schedule to take tours at the lighthouse. It's really a beautiful view from there. Pretty cool thing to do. And come out here and enjoy Huntington Island, South Carolina. It's a beautiful beach. It's where Oliver and I have spent most of our days. Most of our beach days, I should say. I had not found hardly anything before we talked to that fella either. One jingle, a little clam shell, little Venus clam, and a few little shark's teeth.
Little tiny one right there.
Little teeny tiny ones. Haven't seen much else. The tide is coming in, so a lot of people probably have already walked this area. But it's a big expanse to walk, can't walk at all. We're finding a few here and there.
And look at here, Steph. Walk right here to one. Wow.
That's awesome. A nice one too. Oh no, that was a trick.
What?
A trick. And how many times
A trick?
did that happen? If you guys look for shark's teeth, like these fossils like this, the shark's teeth, how many times have you picked up something that has not been a shark's tooth? I probably picked it up.
I know I picked up things a many a time, and actually I really did think that was one also.
What's the temperature for today?
I think it was like 10 or 11 o'clock this morning. I looked at it in the shade and it was 92 or 93. Oh, I think I had a bite. Can you go check my reel for me? I'm videoing.
I'm sorry.
Thought I heard a little sarcasm. Huh? About the only whole shells I'm seeing out here today is these art shells. You can see them kind of scattered around. People still use those.
Yeah, there's a few talons, little cross-hatched clams, coquina, that's what these little ones are, the orange and the blue in there. So a lot of those would be the commons here. A lot of everything else is broken. We've seen several jingles. Maybe that's why jingles has always been one of my favorites, because it is something that we've found regularly here. Part of a shark eye shell. And one of our viewers recently commented that she had always known them as a cat eye shell. I have heard those called that as well, and I grew up calling them a bullseye, which I've also heard other people call them. Pretty little cross-hatched lucine there. And the little coquina. So if you want to find some tinies, this is a really good place to come.
Steph, I can remember back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, me and you walking that beach right down there at the campground area, and we would find 100 sharks too.
Yeah, in a week. If we would stay in a week, we would probably find 1,000 shark's teeth or more.
Oh yeah, at least.
But we would spend hours and hours of our day doing it while we did this, fished, and the boys played or fished as well and ran around until they eventually ended up running down the beach to the lighthouse with Regina. Maybe I should have watched them better.
Well, one thing I was getting to is in the past, it's been several years back now, this beach right here was actually renourished. And you can see this is one of the concrete jetties that is in place on this beach to help with the erosion here. But once this beach was pumped, the sand was pumped in my opinion, there ain't as many shark's teeth and stuff as it used to be.
No.
Whereas when we visited Holden Beach, and you guys should really check out Holden Beach. If you ain't been to Holden Beach, check out our Holden Beach videos where we went to Holden Beach. You're talking about some sea treasures. That's where you need to be looking right now, right?
Yeah, they've had that renourishment there, and they actually pump the sand in from 3 or 4 miles off the coast right up onto the beach. And some beaches and towns, they sift all that out and they're trying to make that extra money everywhere they can, whereas some of the cities, they actually, you know, in my opinion, use their noggin, from what I've always heard it called, and leave the shells in with the sand. That just naturally help with the erosion. So we're, you know, these beaches that are doing the renourishment, they're already pumping the sand on the beach for the renourishment, but then they're taking a lot of that big particles out, which I know would happen over time. Us beachcombers would come along and love to gather up those goodies. But when you take out, I mean, I've seen pictures of mountains of them in some cities that they've taken out of the sand just to have fluffy white sand. It would be better for the beachcombers and the beachgoers, you know, those people that are coming into those cities and paying and shopping at those local towns and things like that, putting that commerce back into that town. It'd be better for those beaches, in my opinion, to leave those shells in that sand. Let those beachcombers come there, invite them there, tell them that you've renourished the beach. Holden Beach is a great place for shellers right now. You could be that town. Don't do that. Don't take the shells out.
Do you guys agree with stuff?
We're on like a soapbox today, so maybe we should just enjoy the beach more.
Can we just sit here and listen to the wave?
Maybe we should beach less and beach more.
Somebody once asked me, can we just sit here and listen to the wave?
That's right. Let's do that. So you were just checking your bait?
No, I was hoping there was a fish on it. You know when I hooked that stingray?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was hooked.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize you didn't know he was hooked.
One thing I like to do, you know, is loosen my drag all the way by turning this dial on the top. That way when you pull this, that spool releases very easily so that if a big fish hits, this here don't collapse on it.
Because we certainly hope we don't lose any rod and reels today or rod holders, right?
Things happen. I don't care who you are or what you say. You've had some good times and some bad times in your life. And I'm hearing a lot of comments from the people that's watching these videos, and my heart goes out to a lot of those people because I know that they want to be out here and they want to experience this. And you know, the comedic comments and stuff or the way they act, you know, sometimes it's just to keep you entertained. Hope we're doing a good job.
Oh yeah.
Killing me right now is this tide's coming in, and every time I throw my line out this way it's drifting back. Man, that's really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, because we know fishing on an incoming tide from the surf is kind of difficult, right? Unless you can get way out past the surf.
It's tough.
We might need to go surf fishing with some of those guys doing those cannons, shooting the bait off the beach.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. If one of you guys that can do that want to invite us along to show off what you can do, we'd like to see it in person.
You know how some of these guys are out here. They're going to be thinking you're talking about some kind of perverted stuff.
What?
Explain the cannon.
The bait cannon. I can't explain it. It's just basically like a big potato gun that's rigged to shoot the bait way out over, to get it over, you know, the bars of the beach as it's coming in. If you got all dry hooks, it ain't working, right?
I love fishing. Just don't forget I'm a video.
That's right. If it makes it in, it's just because he let it. Y'all make sure y'all give him a thumbs up for all that time he spends behind the computer editing.
Days, you know, because I've learned how to cut a lot out.
That'll work. Whatever you want to do, you're the editor. You make the videos, we'll watch them. I'll watch them if nobody else does.
Look at this. Fossilized oyster shell right here on Huntington Island. That is what this is, right?
It's an oyster shell. I can't say that it's fossilized, but it's an oyster shell.
So why would it be black? Is it just because of the sediment in our area?
Right.
Or is it just because
yeah, you see the colors of our water, how they're not clear. We just have a different type of sediment in this area. That's just more natural here. We shellers call it the Carolina Blues.
Look at
right?
that.
Ooh, that would have been a pretty knob whelk right there, but that's just one of the knobs off of it.
And you know what I thought it was?
What?
I thought it was a shark's tooth to begin with.
Kind of looks like a sailboat from this angle.
Huh?
Yeah, hold it up over there. Oh yeah.
Like,
Hold on.
I think that's more like a shark fin.
Oh yeah, it does look like a shark fin from that angle. There's a tingle. It does have one little hole in the back. But that's maybe how that shell died.
Count them. I bet you guys can't count all these pelicans.
I don't want to turn back that way because of the sun, but
wow. Look at them flying in formation, guys.
and the shadows that they produce over the beach, that's just awesome.
70. Yeah.
Does anybody dispute that?
If you don't believe me, go back and watch that part of the video about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Count them and tell me how many it was.
This time of year, those are the brown pelicans. We have brown pelicans here basically year-round in Beaufort, South Carolina. But during early parts of the spring, late winter, early spring, we do have some of the white pelicans that come through, and man, those have been beautiful to see.
I know how many it was. Steph just confirmed it. And if you guys can tell me that, your eyesight's is better than me.
Yeah, because I don't know if they'll be able to see it on screen or not whatsoever. So for some of those guys that have like the screen that covers your wall, you probably could count them.
Wow.
Or for those of you with a good eyesight,
I
for
think
sure.
that's some of those birds from back in the dinosaur days. Look how big they are.
Pterodactyls? Our little grandson Odie loves pterodactyls.
He does. What is that bird this, son?
I can't really see it that great. I can't tell.
It's got 2 pointed wings, the tail's pointing and the beak's pointing.
I don't know. Y'all help me out. What kind of bird was that?
It was hard to tell.
Pointed, the beak's pointed, and the wings are pointed. So
Yeah.
there you go. Oliver's description. It's another one. Oh, is that what kind of it is?
That's an overgrown seagull there, I can tell you that now. You seen how big his belly was? He must have just done got through eating. What? You wanted to rub my belly?
That cloud even looks like a belly.
Where?
Right out there?
That looks like a belly.
Yeah, inside. Looks like a crescent moon from this way, which that could be South Carolina for the crescent moon. Or the inside of a big pregnant belly.
Somebody once asked me, can we just sit here and listen to the waves?
Let's do that.
What? What are you trying to get my attention about?
What?
You keep like tapping and stuff. What you want? Tell me. Heck, all I want to know is what do you want? You're study tapping and stuff. I'm trying to show them the wave.
I love you.
You're so sweet. You stupid. You guys know what that is?
How about a violin?
Look!
The brown pelican, 2 of them. Uh-oh. This has been my only worry in the world at the moment.
You got to move. You're strong.
I need to be doing that more often, get rid of some of that wiggle. You know, the wiggle with the jiggle.
What?
You know that wiggle with the jiggle.
What is wrong with you today? Too much fun in the sun? You guys always thought it was me. I was the crazy one. Look here. I know exactly how many that was.
No, I don't.
67.
No, I don't. But
That was a few less than that 71.
I got a handful of goodies. I'm surprised to find anything, but along the high tide line, oh, something just flew away. Found a baby's ear and some shark eye shells. Ooh, the wind is strong. Some 3 tiers, snails, coral, some jingles. Whew. A little prickly cockle. That would have been a really big olive shell, so I brought it for you guys to see. Put that one back. Old worn olive. Oh, that was an oat that blew off. Some slipper snails. And a couple kitten's paws. So, a little bit. Found a little bit walking along the high tide line just then. But I was stoked to find that pretty baby's ear. You know, not expecting to really find anything. That is a treasure there. Ooh, that wind. It's a whipping. Definitely got the wind blown look out here. Y'all have to forgive me, guys. You know, beach hair don't care. Salty reflections. Yeah. Playing in the waves.
I like fishing in the edge of the water.
That's fun too. I can sit here and watch the reel and let the waves sway me around. And look for seashells. You never know, I might grab up a handful of something that's good.
Thanks you guys for coming out on the beach with us at Huntington Island for a fun day. We enjoy being out here and we're thankful for you guys that come along on the video. You rock.
Thank you to all of our Patreons and all of our subscribers. You guys, y'all are what keep us coming back, so thank y'all.